This is going to be a short episode, folks. This is going to be a short episode. You want to know why? Because I am at the tail end of a 72-hour fast, and I have to eat at the very end of this episode, so I'm hankering for food. Did you guys see Alexander Volkanovski take this fucking snake out of his yard? Look at this guy. Who does he think he is, huh? You should be go cooking or training for your next fight. Why is he taking snakes out of his yard? Who does he think he is? Oh, fuckers. Oh, shikes. Shikes. Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone. Episode 289. 280 what? 289. You heard me right. I'm not joking when I say that. You think I'm fucked up in the head? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card. Well, you'll find out anyway because we'll talk about it. And I didn't have the card opened, so I'm waiting for it to fucking load. It's just sitting here loading and loading, and it missed the mark. Come on, bitch. Load already. Yeah, take your time. Take your fucking time. There we go. Oh my gosh. There we go. Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway because we'll talk about it. This is the fight prediction sheet. I create these sheets for every single UFC event, whether it's a fight night or a main card. I'm not going to go through it because I'm hungry and I need to eat. But if you want this fight prediction sheet, you can click the link in the bio or in the description and yada yada. You can figure it out yourself, okay? I don't need to explain the rules. If you've been here long enough, you know, okay? We've got Brandon Moreno and Lonnie Kavanaugh fighting this weekend. Ha 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 ha! Who would have ever thought? And Lonnie Kavanaugh is no longer ranked 15, okay? It was pretty crazy to see the fact that a rank 15 motherfucker is going up against a rank number 6 or whatever the shit, former champ. And yet now he's not even ranked. They took him off the rankings. Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about this, okay? Last weekend we saw Sean Strickland. How's my eyes look? Do they look droopy? I don't know. Last weekend we saw Sean Strickland maniacally molest Fluffy Hernandez, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I like to use the word molest because I shouldn't use that word at all, but I feel like using it today. How about instead of that word we'll say creamed. That's my word of the day. And that's the word I generally use. Sean Strickland, okay? I myself went into this and I said to you guys I would like Sean Strickland to win, but I don't think he would. And guess what? He went out there and he did win. And it wasn't a decision win. It was a finish win. He finished Fluffy. He looked great. He looked better than we ever saw him before, I think. And honestly, at this point, Sean winning might actually be something we should expect, not something we shouldn't expect, like what I said last week. We can't base all of our assumptions off his performances against DDP, and we'll get into that more in a minute, but first let's quickly take a look at Sean Strickland's credentials, shall we? Sean Strickland is 37-0 overall and 17-7 in the UFC. He has wins over Anthony Hernandez, Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya, Abus Magomedov, Nasruddin Imavov, Jack Hermanson, Brendan Allen, and the list goes on. Okay, and he's even fought contenders like Kamaru Usman that you would have never guessed that he would ever fight at welterweight. Anthony Hernandez is ranked number 4, Paulo Costa is ranked number 12, Izzy is ranked number 6, and was the long reigning champ at the time that Sean Strickland ended his streak. Imavov is number 2, Brendan Allen is number 5, and that doesn't even account for all the battles that he's had overall, as I said. He's run through the top 15 and won the majority of those fights. He's also fought Kamaru Usman and Alex Pereira. At the time Sean beat Izzy, the only other man to defeat Israel Adesanya at middleweight was Alex Pereira. Izzy was on a 6-fight title defense streak, lost the belt to Alex, then immediately ran it back to reclaim it. Sean Strickland was Izzy's first title defense after regaining the belt. Sean didn't just beat him. Since that loss, Izzy has not won another fight. He's currently on a 3-fight losing streak and has dropped to rank number 6 in the division. Sean's first title defense came against Dricus du Plessis. It was an extremely close fight. A lot of people, myself included, felt like Sean Strickland should have gotten the nod. It came down to a razor-close split decision. Then they fought again after the second fight. Sean said he went in with an injured shoulder. It even looked like he had a staph infection on his arm, which absolutely would have limited him from performing at the highest level. I guess I have some clips here. Oh, yes, because he was pressured. He's a pressure boy. He's a pressure cooker. Oh, God, I can't wait to eat. Oh, my God. If you've ever fasted for 72 hours before, good luck to you. Ah, fat lazy piece of shit. Oh, Strickus. So aside from DDP, since 2022, Strickland has only lost to Dricus. Once in a split decision, many argue he should have won, and again in a fight he probably shouldn't have taken because he was injured. Does he deserve another title shot? Absolutely. But Imavov is going to get the first crack at it. Maybe. One of the best aspects of Strickland's style is how he shuts down takedowns. The way he pressures opponents, forces them to stay standing, he dictates where the fight takes place, and even if someone manages to shoot, his takedown defense is top-notch. It's not just striking defense, it's positional awareness, it's composure, it's control. As crazy as it might sound, I think we could see Sean not only get another title shot, but potentially win it back and go on a defense streak. And I say that because I'm imagining a world where Khamzat gets one title defense and then moves up to light heavyweight. And if that happens, the division opens up. That's a path where Sean could realistically regain the belt. Because if I'm being honest, I don't think he beats Khamzat. But even if I don't think he wins, Sean versus Khamzat is a massive, exciting fight. That's the one that brings all the eyeballs and all the excitement, whether or not the belt is involved. And if Sean somehow does reclaim the title before that fight or after, the hype would be even better. I see Imavov getting the shot, I see Khamzat eventually moving up, and I struggle to imagine a world where Imavov beats Khamzat. Now, is there a world where Sean shocks all of us and does the impossible and beats Khamzat? Maybe, but I doubt it. But regardless, we need to put respect on his name. And speaking of respect, there's something else from this past weekend that needs to be addressed. And during the post-fight press conference, something interesting happened. Oh, what is this? Is this, oh, yeah, right. This was Sean Strickland's staph infection here. I forgot to show this. Can you see that? Look at that staffy. Staff. Let's take a look at this video here. Don't be shy. Okay? I'm sure you've seen this, but if you didn't, well, now you're going to. It's really quiet. I'm sorry. Oh, it's not even... Oh, shit. Oh, great.
Oh, that's a wrap.
Oh, I bet the other video wasn't playing. Great.
You got Chimaev, the fucking go fucker. Like, who's really entertaining in this division? Nobody. So, oh, that's a wrap. Anyways.
They cut it. They cut his mic off. They cut his mic off, people. Oh God, I'm slacking here, dude. The last video that I just showed. Luckily, I caught it in time. I'm gonna play it right now for y'all, so you can listen and hear. Cause the audio wasn't working, but it is now. Okay, here we go.
But before the Dragus fight, I was fucking riding with Axel Hodges and I broke my shoulder. So I was in Colombia getting stem cells on my shoulder, and fucking they hit me up for the fight. And you know, like, the thing with the UFC, dog, you don't say no. They are pimps. Like, you know, you don't say no to the masters.
You gotta say yes.
You know, so I was kind of like backed up in the corner taking that fight. So taking this time off to let my body heal has been amazing. Like, the shoulder feels fucking great. So I mean, I do miss fighting, and you know, I miss performing, but it's been nice to be a fat lazy piece of shit for a while. I deserve.
See, that's where the fat lazy piece of shit line came from. Y'all were probably wondering. Anyway, it appeared that either Paramount or the UFC cut his mic in the final few minutes of the press conference. That's a little concerning now, isn't it? And hopefully it's not something we continue to see with fighters who tend to say outlandish things. Leading up to the fight, there were even posts suggesting that Paramount might consider canceling the fight because of how Sean was speaking in the build-up. But this is who Strickland is. This is how he talks. This is how he sells fights. And historically, that's been one of the best parts of the UFC and Dana White's leadership. It doesn't matter whether you agree with what a fighter says. Dana has always encouraged free speech and allowed fighters to speak their minds. We're still early in the Paramount era, and we're already seeing signs of decisions that could negatively impact the sport. Now, to be fair, Paramount has done a lot right so far. Promotion has improved. The extended weigh-in shows are back. The promo packages on the UFC YouTube channel feel stronger. Posters look better. There's more overall build-up. It feels closer to the old UFC in a few ways. But fans know who Sean Strickland is. We know he's going to say wild things, and he's not the only one. There's no harm in letting him speak. That's what fans expect. Cutting the mic off mid-press conference is a very bad look. And that's what worries me. Not just for Sean's future, but for other fighters too. If they're willing to cut the mic because they don't like what he's saying, what's stopping them from going further? What's stopping them from finding, ways to sideline fighters entirely for the same reasons? So let me ask you this. Are we still underrating Sean Strickland? Or is he one fight away from proving all of us wrong? I can't wait to eat. I can't fucking wait to eat. I'm so fucking hungry. And I haven't eaten in 72 hours. It's been 72 hours since I ate. So we got to move on to the next segment, guys. We have to. I feel like I look weak. I haven't eaten in 72 hours, baby. Conor McGregor might actually be coming back. Conor McGregor has reportedly been asking for his contract back for 15 days straight now, according to himself. There's no official opponent announced, but there is speculation. On the night of Strickland versus Hernandez, which was last weekend, Conor posted a picture of the welterweight rankings that showed up on screen during the broadcast. Let's show it here, shall we? Can we take a zoom in here? He took a picture of the screen and posted this. Huh? Pretty suspicious, if you ask me. That alone is a subtle hint. If he comes back, it looks like it's going to be at welterweight. So who could it be? Initially, myself and many others speculated that it was going to be Mauricio Ruffy. But even then, and still now, I said the same thing. Ruffy is lightweight. So unless Conor can still make 155, that fight doesn't happen. But what if it's someone else? What if it's the next big thing? Because that same night, Conor also posted this. All right, and these are all deleted tweets. He got rid of them. He posted and got rid of them. It's a no-name up next for me, possibly, folks. And as you know, I don't give a fuck. I accept. Send the contract, lads. Conor McGregor's deal. It's a no-name up for me next, possibly. When Conor says there's a no-name up next, and he posts the welterweight top 10, you can start to connect some dots. Is he fighting someone in the top 10? Henry Cejudo speculates that it's going to be Carlos Prates. Interesting. Now, there's no confirmed legitimacy to that. How would Henry know? Where would that information even come from? But it's interesting that Carlos Prates is the new name that's been thrown out. Because here's the thing. Hardcore UFC fans know Carlos Prates isn't a no-name. But to casual fans, he's not a household name at all. They don't even know who he is, probably. He's in that perfect middle ground right now. Not too high in the rankings, not too low, has momentum, has upside, dangerous enough to give Conor serious problems. It's the same logic I applied to Rufi. If Carlos beats Conor on a White House card, he instantly goes from a no-name to the man who beat Conor at one of the biggest stages ever. That launches him. That creates a brand new star. But here's where it gets complicated. All of those tweets from Conor have since been deleted, as I just said. And he very much often does this. So how do we interpret that? Is the UFC telling him to stop talking? Is he just tweeting recklessly and cleaning it up later? Or is he saying things that are true, letting the media run with it, and then removing the evidence? On Monday, Conor tweeted this. Can I zoom in here? Oh, can't. Fuck. That's okay. We have many announcements at McGregor Sports and Entertainment. What even is that? Is that his company? But anyway, ever since the White House card was announced, Conor has been speaking about it. Speaking about being on it, manifesting it. That's always been Conor's thing. He's a massive advocate for the law of attraction. And years ago, a fan asked him for a book recommendation. And this was his response. Oh my God, we got a lot to go through here. Jeez Louise, Poppy. Let me just scroll forward here to the correct position. Here we go. Conor McGregor on the law of attraction.
I have many mentors.
Is there any books that you recommend that was a really good book for you growing up?
You know, one that changed my life was the Secret, the Law of Attraction, the book on the Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
That was what changed my life.
One last thing.
Here you go, man. This is it. I gotta go.
The Chandler fight.
Check this. Look, we're in New York City, and now Forge Irish Stout has a footprint in bars across
How
New
cool
York
is that,
City.
man?
Man, the work that goes into it is very.
Okay, we don't got to keep watching this, okay? But by the way, I read The Secret, and it's a fan-fucking-tastic book. I highly recommend any of y'all people go read that. He has built an entire career off speaking things into existence. After he knocked out Jose Aldo, I don't know if you saw this post-fight speech, but this is what he had to say. Very, very, very much law of attraction-esque.
How do you predict these
if
things?
you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So
I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe in it, if you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality.
Wow, beautiful words, but we've seen it enough. Okay? That was Prime Conor. That was the OG version, the one that made everyone believe anything is possible. So even though people joke that Conor died competitively, that old school mindset still exists. The problem is, we've been let down so many goddamn times over the past couple of years. After Mayweather, after Khabib, after Poirier, we were hopeful for UFC 300, then 303, and there was another planned return that never actually materialized as well. There was a time when Conor was the most reliable superstar in the sport. He'd fight anyone, and he'd always show up. That hasn't been the case in recent years. So I'm not fully buying into the White House return yet. We're inching closer to it. Still no official announcements, no confirmed number of fights, no confirmed title fights. As it stands, cards are booked through April 25th. We're heading into March. June isn't far away. Time is running out for the UFC to start revealing what is actually going to be on the card. Dana has said that the card is already figured out and that there are two options. That could mean a lot of things. Originally, I thought if Conor was on this card, he would have to be a main event no matter what. But if someone like Carlos Prates, if it's someone like Carlos Prates, he might not even headline. He could be a featured bout. Trying to predict how the UFC builds this card is nearly impossible. Historically, when we think we know what they're going to do, they go in a completely different direction. But I'll keep speculating. I'll keep trying to piece it together, because once Dana announces this White House card, I believe it's all going to be announced at once. Every fight announced together. And I believe it's going to be 6 or 7 fights total, just as What's-His-Face said. Right now, the only fight I'm confident that will be on the card is Gaethje versus Topuria, and likely Pereira versus Gane for either the interim heavyweight title or the vacant heavyweight title. And one final thing on this Conor note. Conor said this in a response to someone who posted a comment. Conor versus Chandler or nothing. And then Conor wrote, "It should be that, yes." Okay? That means fucking nothing. It should be that, yes. Okay? That just means him saying, yes, it should be that. Okay? So don't fucking peel into that. Anyway, let me ask you this, my guy. If Conor's opponent really is a no-name, who do you think it is? Okay, and I told you this was going to be a short episode. We're 23 minutes in. There is some other news and notes we could go over. Actually, there's quite a bit. Let's open all this shit up. All this shit. Da 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 da. Hold on a second. We got to open all this stuff up. Let's open it, because there was a lot of fucking information revealed by this Puck News source. Okay, I don't know, someone by the name of Puck News interviewed Dana, and they got a lot of shit going on here. All right, so apparently, it's not going to be June 14th, as we suspected. It's going to be June 26th. They moved the date. And you know, the good thing about this is it's now set for a Friday, which I actually very much enjoy. I like that it's on a Friday. I would much rather a Friday than a Sunday. I don't want to stay up to watch a Sunday card, and, you know, I want to be able to drink. I want to be able to party. I want to have fun. I want some pizza. I want to bring some strippers over here, slap some ass. You know, you can't do that on a Sunday, but a Friday, absolutely. You got 2 days of recovery. That's even better than Saturday. I like that. So that's great. That's a good upside. And then also, as per this Puck News source, this White House event will cost $60 million. Now you might be saying, is that a lot? Is that little? I don't know. Well, let me put it into reference. UFC 306 at the Las Vegas Sphere costed the UFC around $20 million, and they had said that was the most expensive event that they had ever put on. This one is now $60, so it's going to be much more expensive with a whole lot less people. And how do I know it's going to be a whole lot less people? Well, because also with that Puck News source, it says here, the current UFC White House plans will likely see fewer than 3,000 seats available. However, an additional 1,000 seats are expected to be reserved for members of the U.S. military. That's kind of cool. So they got 1,000 seats for the military and then 3,000 seats for the other people. And then, of course, like Dana said, across the lawn in another lot, there's going to be seats for the general public or whoever. This is so crazy. We're getting closer and closer to this. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. 3,000 seats. Whatever, dude. I'm too hungry. And what else do we got from Puck News? All right. They're going to plan to use the Lincoln Memorial for the weigh-ins and early press conference, which I believe we already knew this. Okay? Do we still have information on who's going to be on the card? I don't know. We might now. But as of myself recording this, we got nothing. We got nothing, okay? Also, I need to just mention, it looks like ESPN made a little whoopsie daisies. They had announced on UFC 327 that there's going to be a light heavyweight title fight. So, but I mean, we all knew it was going to be Yuri versus Olberg, so that's, more than likely what it's going to be. It'd be weird if Alex is still at light heavyweight. It would be very weird. But you never know. He might still be there, but I highly, highly, highly fucking doubt it. I highly fucking doubt it. And then Carlos Prates did come on an interview, and he said, I still didn't get anything from the UFC yet. Whoops, I just opened something by accident. I still didn't get anything from the UFC yet. Of course, it would be a huge honor to fight against him, talking about Conor. But to be honest, I think the fight is hard to happen. He's 5 years without a fight, retired from MMA, and he wouldn't come back to fight the most interesting welterweight in the world. Nothing against him, but everybody knows, I know, he knows, I would hurt him bad. I would knock him the fuck out. And I agree, Carlos. You would crush that creamy boy. Okay, so damn near 30-minute podcast. Very short, very to the point. I did a 72-hour fast, ladies and gentlemen. I did a 72-hour fast. Once it hit 5 p.m., I can rock and roll. I can't believe it, dude. I highly recommend you all try this because it's insufferable. And I don't even know what's going to happen to me when I start eating again. But I have to. I can't just not eat. Anyway. Whoopsies. Anyway, see, I'm groggy, dude. I'm groggy. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the DynamiteGizmo shitcast. Please comment, subscribe. More specifically, subscribe. Hit the bell. You know the drill. And that's it. Short one, but it'll be better next week. Bye.